Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming over and having a look this morning at the next psalm, and we're in Psalm 71. So, listen, today in our church, we're going to lay to rest an elderly woman who um, she was a pillar of this church. I mean, she and of other churches at other places that she lived as well. Um, she's just an integral part. She's just one of those people that's going to leave a hole. That she did so many things, and when I say she did so many things, I don't mean when she was younger. I mean up until 2 weeks ago. All right, she was visiting and just ministering and just a godly lady who served the Lord through serving our church, and she's going to greatly be missed. And anyhow, I'm only saying that because is it ironic or coincidence that Psalm 71 is today? I don't think so. So that's why I have to share it. In Psalm 71, David is probably in his old age when he writes this psalm, and I'll point out a couple verses in a minute that tell you why I think that. But I think in this psalm, he sort of reflects back over his entire life. And it's a psalm of reflection, and it's a song of praise and worship of God, who has upheld him and taken care of him and nurtured him and protected him all through his life. He just starts the psalm. He says, "In you, O Lord, I put my trust. Let me never be put to shame. Deliver me in your righteousness and cause me to escape. Incline your ear to me and save me." Listen, be my strong refuge to which I may resort continually. You have given the command to save me. You are my rock and my fortress. He just said, ask God, he says, continue to be my strong refuge. Continue to be this refuge, this place that I can find safety continually, always. Never let it end. He says in verse 5, he says, because you are my hope and you are my trust from my youth. And he's thinking back to how he trusted God in his youth and how God was his refuge, when he was just basically a young guy, and God had sent Samuel to anoint him king. When as a very young person, he went out to face the Philistine giant Goliath, and he's just remembering how God has taken care of him all of this time. And then in verse 9 he says this. He says, "So do not cast me off in the time of my old age, and do not forsake me when my strength fails." And I think he's saying, God, I'm getting old here, and I need you to continue to be there for me. I need you to continue to be my refuge. And in verse 14, he says, I'm going to hope in you. He says, but I will hope in you. I will hope continually and will praise you more and more. And what he says to God, he says, here, even in my own age, I'm going to continue to hope in you. I'm going to continue to put my trust in you. And not only that, but my praise for you is going to grow and grow. Verse 18, he says, now also, when I am old and gray-headed, O God, do not forsake me until I declare your strength to this generation, your power to everyone who is to come. And hear what he says here in this verse. He says, God, here I am now, I'm old, I'm gray-headed. He says, but continue to be with me. Check it out. So that I can declare your power and declare your strength to this generation that's coming behind me. This lady that we're going to have her funeral service today, with her, there were 4 generations of her family that are in our church. And I know that she has grandchildren in other churches and children in other churches who are faithfully serving the Lord. This woman is leaving a legacy of serving and faithfulness to the Lord. She has declared, she's got children in our church, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and you can see that she is continually declaring the strength and the awesomeness of God from generation to generation to generation. Let me tell you something, if you're older, all right, and you feel useless, let me tell you something. There's something very I don't know how I'm trying to say it, but an older person they don't strike fear in other people. They are very accepting. They are easy to be accepted. And you have the perfect opportunity to share the strength, the love, and the power of God, and especially with the generations that come, because they respect you, because they love you, because of who you are. And all through this psalm, he's talking about praise, and he just closes it like this. He says, "My lips will greatly rejoice when I sing to you, and my soul, which you have redeemed. My tongue also shall talk of your righteousness all day long, for they are confounded, for they are brought to shame who seek my hurt." He says, Lord, I'm going to sing your praises. My lips are going to sing your praises. My soul, which you have redeemed, is going to sing your praises. And my tongue is going to talk about your righteousness all day long. Let me tell you something. I know sometimes when you get a little older, you start feeling a little useless. You start feeling like you can't do something, or this or that or the other. Let me tell you what you can do. You can pass on the mighty power, strength, and awesomeness of God to the next generation. And you can praise him continually with your lips. Hey, God bless you guys. Faith today. Love you. Bye.